GD Foenem back up in this bitch. I don't got a whole ton of energy today, so we're just gonna keep it chill. Now, there are many amazing levels in Geometry Dash. The editor has developed far beyond what was originally intended, and some masterpieces have been created. There's so many amazing levels that transcend the boundary of what a level is and turns into a whole experience. But I think one of them is my all-time favorite. And as you can tell by the gameplay that's been in the background, that level is Tyrian Wall. This level is the greatest in the goddamn game, and I'm about to explain why. By the way, I know my content's mostly joking. I'm not joking about this. This is the best level. Now, objectively, it's probably not that good. There's a lot of blind jumps and overall kind of bullshit that you gotta remember when you play it. But the decoration in this level, just the purple throughout all of it, it feels so cozy and tight. I gotta explain something that's going on right now, actually. When I was 13, it was 2020. That's when I was going through COVID. COVID hit me at the end of my 7th grade year, and then my 8th grade year was online. Due to certain circumstances I don't want to get into, I'd already spent a lot of my time in my room before quarantine, trying to avoid some shit that I don't need to get into. But when COVID came around and quarantine happened, it kind of cemented me in my sedentary ways. I was on video games like Fortnite, Geometry Dash, Batman Arkham City, probably like 14 hours a day at my peak. There were many days where I just get up, get on the computer, get breakfast, get lunch, get dinner, stay on the computer, and then just go back to bed. It was very unhealthy, and it was not good, and I basically cheated in all my classes. I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't on shit. Got to the point where, bro, I'd be beating off my Spanish class with my friend on the Discord call. We'd be racing each other, seeing who could beat off first. I'm not even lying about that. And I do it camera on. You know, I'm a young OG like that. I don't fuck around with that bullshit. I'm being honest, bro. At that point, I was probably beating like 6 times a day at my worst. Nowadays, my sex drive is like every other day, and I think that's honestly low compared to a lot of the girls I've known. But I think I consider that low because I know what depths I was in when I was younger. And in my COVID depths, I had a Discord friend group of people that I knew in real life. We've been friends before quarantine. We were playing games and stuff like that. Let's say my friend J, K, and M. And M was a girl. And at this point in my life, I'd never really been talking to girls like that. I was very awkward. I spent a lot of time on Reddit, bullshit. I was just like, damn. I was never a strutter, like, on that Freud shit or whatever, but, like, I just didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And at this time in my life, I was pretty overweight as well. As time went on, my friend M really liked my friend J, and I liked M. In hindsight, that was not a good decision, because this bitch got at least 5 mental disorders, and I was going for anything that breathed at that point in my life. She had OCD, BPD, bipolar, tripolar. She had everything. She did a 100% speed run on the DSM-5, if you know what that is. You know, I was struggling, and those friends were all I had, so that's what I was doing. Now, as time went on, 2020 turned into 2021, I went back to school in person, doing hybrid, like April. I had about like 30 days in school before school got out. And these times were very, very hard for me. I had been locked in my room for about a year, and I had to go back out and get readjusted to middle school. This is the end of my 8th grade year. And at this point, I was still very overweight, socially awkward. I felt like all I could feel was just my body in every room I was in. And I felt like everybody was looking at me, and I was just down bad. Geometry Dash is a game that I play a lot when I'm depressed. If something's going bad in my life or something's just like not hitting the way it should be, if I'm trying to avoid pain and escape from pain, that's when I get on Geometry Dash. GD is a game where you can focus on just upping numbers. It's very therapeutic to just be able to just work on getting better on something small and with rules like the game. Now, thankfully, I made it through the rest of the year. We made it out, and I got into that summer. Just the combination of switching everything up and, like, not being secure in myself, having issues with my friends, knowing that this girl didn't like me back or anything like that, it started to make me, like, very upset. It's probably, like, the worst my mental health probably ever got in my life, except when my doctor put me on these bullshit-ass pills earlier this year, but I'm off them bitches. Now we're clean. It's probably the worst shit ever got. And I was just being very manipulative and controlling. It was just not a good scenario for anybody involved. I was grinding Geometry Dash. This is when I beat my first insane demon, which was Rupture. And once all this stuff was going on, like in the middle of the summer, we had to go to summer school. It was summer school PE. Before high school was like the summer before. We were trying to get it out the way. I had my friends there. That shit was trash. That's probably the worst I ever felt, because my sleep schedule was so bad. I was going to bed at like 6 in the morning, getting up at like 4 p.m. And summer school basically started at 6 in the morning. So what I'd do is I'd stay up all night star grinding, and then I'd just go to summer school at 6 in the morning and then sleep when I got home at like 2 p.m. And then I'd get up at like 11 p.m. and star grind. And then at 6 a.m. I'd go back to summer school. So I was basically not nocturnal at that point. And she was just bad. Like, you know, when you're going into high school for the first time, you're like fat. People are gonna bully you. I remember these girls coming up and asking me if I wanted a protein bar, but like when I'd be doing the mile, people would be laughing at me. But I think I actually dead ass got 14 minutes on the mile. And all of this in combination with this girl I was like, you know, I was friends with not liking me and all that. It was like, it was painful. It was just very painful. I mean, this is a time in my life where, you know, like a little kid, you know, a little trigger warning, but you know, I was slicing and dicing, if you know what I'm saying. I had a little sword in my bed, you know, I was chopping it up. It wasn't because I actually liked it. It was more just because I wanted people to ask, like, where the scars were from. I just wanted attention. I was never really about that shit. I was faking it. And I'd use it to manipulate people. It was awful. It was terrible. But as all of this was going on, I was in this, like, down bad little state, you know what I'm saying. I decided to play through all the map packs and get all the coins in Geometry Dash. And I found myself in the hardest first week of that summer school. I was trying to get through the pack that had Tyrian Wall in it. And this level, it just spoke to me for some reason. Something about the purple, the dark, like, the charming way that it uses the resources that it had at the time to look pretty. Something about it is just so beautiful to me. It's kind of like an archive, like going through like an old, like, enchanted ruins type energy. I love the decoration in this level and just the feel of it. There's no other levels that really have this type of vibe. It's just very beautiful. And the whole time I'd be playing it, I'd be listening to this song called Word on the Street by Lil Baby. And I want you guys to play through this level, maybe in practice mode because there's a lot of blind jumps, but I want you to play through it with that song on. But it's like a whole different vibe. It's beautiful. This level was my safe space at a time where so much shit was all over the place. I was hurting myself, overweight, being bullied and shit like that. This is where I found my refuge in the game as a whole. But this level especially, it felt like it was there for me. And I'd go back and play it and take me back to this just simple, I'm away from everything, you know, I'm just in my room, I'm just playing Geometry Dash. It'd take me back to this kind of simple life and energy that I missed when I started to get older. And eventually, you know, throughout 2022, like I lost all that weight. I started to look good, I got lean. In 2023, I started doing CrossFit, I started exercising. Still wasn't very fulfilled, and I'd be on Geometry Dash a lot. Got into 2024, you know, first half of my senior year, I met some amazing people. For the first time, I really felt like I had real friends who, like, understood me. And I met my like, amazing, great friend who I still talk to today, and unfortunately we go to different colleges now, but she was the first person that ever made me feel like I wasn't alone in this world. I always thought when I was kind of down bad on the side in my room playing Geometry Dash, thinking about some bullshit, I always thought it was my fault for being the way that I was. But she really showed me, being able to connect with someone like that who was so smart and amazing and intelligent, it made me realize, like, the way I am is not a bad thing. It's a gift to be this way. Second half of senior year, you know, I started to, like, get active in the dating department. That girl who I wanted back then, she, like, crashed out, but then she got better. I'm glad she's doing good now. I'm happy. You know, my first year at college, you know, went crazy. A little too crazy, probably. I probably had a little too much fun. But basically, I know Geometry Dash kind of has, like, a younger audience. I want to let you know, if you are really, like, down bad, like, people are making fun of you, you feel like the world is against you, or you feel like the world just isn't made for you, you've never fit in that way, just keep going, because it will 100% get better. Find yourself a Tyrian Wall, something that gives you that comfort to feel safe from what you're in. It could be a different game, it could be something, and you can stay there, use that as your home base, and go out and expand stuff. Find something you love, find some good exercise, and do it because you want to. One thing that I really hate about YouTube self-improvement channels, which fortunately have died off, I think, I don't see them anymore. They always talk about, like, you gotta hate yourself, and you gotta make yourself better by hating what you are. Now, that's just bullshit, man. You gotta do what you can because you love yourself and because you love what you want to become. There's two types of people who get muscular. The first one is the one who hates himself so much and uses the energy from the hate to build muscle in the gym because they want to be something, because they hate what they are now. And it can work. You can get jacked. You can look good off of that. But the problem is you're still a miserable person, and it makes you feel miserable with everything you do is because you hate what you were. And the second type of person who gets successful like that is the people who do it out of love. Exercise should be a celebration of what your body can do rather than a punishment for what you can't. If you go in the gym every day because you love yourself and you want to build yourself up because you deserve it and because you feel like you're worthy of it, it's beautiful. Like, honestly, I don't think it's really the muscles that make going to the gym attractive or the leanness of it. I think it's the fact that you go there every day to practice loving yourself and to practice building yourself up, feeling great, talking to yourself with more love, which in turn makes it easier to love other people if you've already practiced loving yourself. I think it's the confidence, the energy, and just beautiful radiance of loving yourself that people get attracted to when you're more fit. And I'm just telling you, like, if you're in a bad situation, you've got, like, real bullshit going on, like, I understand it. I really know, like, what you're at. I probably don't even understand it as much as you did. It's probably deeper than all the shit I went through. But if you've really been through, like, some shit, you are in such a good position to turn it around and make something incredible out of yourself. I think the more bullshit you can go through, it gives you more of a reason to be something. It gives you more of a reason to be better and to not be a product of your environment. In the fall, when trees lose their leaves, it's because the tree is dying and is shedding everything. There's many trees that just have green leaves and then they immediately fall off. But the leaves changing colors in the fall is a process of the tree dying but still trying to hold on. And this is just like people. The ones who resist dying, resist the pain the most, show the most beautiful colors in the end. And I really think that if you have been through some pain, it shows you how bad things can get, and you can really use that as a way to show how much you want to love yourself and keep it going. And if you feel lost, don't go to the internet for advice on what to be like, who to be like. I'd recommend finding someone in your family or someone who can be a role model and teach you what to do and can be there to check in on you. Trust me, I completely understand it if a lot of your family is not the kind of people that you want to be or want to be around. But if you can just find someone that you know and who knows you to learn from and to be inspired by, that is the greatest thing. It's the greatest gift. And at the end of the day, I mean, you will make it. Eventually, the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change, and you will move along. Spending a lot of time in daily chat, sometimes people will have conversations talking about, like, they don't know how to talk to girls, they'll never do that. Let me just tell you something about that. It literally gets easier every day you get older. When you're like 13, 14, 15, especially with like porn on the internet now and stuff like that, it's so easy to get overexploited into that over-sexual stuff. Just how sexual the internet is, it's so easy to get there, and it exploits the natural hormones and changes that are going on in puberty while you're developing. Sometimes it can be impossible to get through a day, like, you know, without just thinking about all that bullshit. But as you turn like 16, 17, 18, literally every single day it gets easier. It's so hard when you're 13, 14, 15, and like, it like genuinely will just magically clear up. Obviously, practice is good, you know, mess around with that, find some people you mess with and all that, but like, it will get easier, don't worry about that. I just want to let y'all know, I mean, I post bullshit on this website, but I really want to let y'all know, like, you really, like, got this. I'm sorry if you've been in a position where people are doubting you, or they've been talking down on you, making fun of you, all that shit, like, I get it, and I understand. The biggest thing I can just say is try to find as much love in your life as possible. If you look at history, like, all the ideologies that were built on hate have all collapsed and have never worked. All the ones that are built on love for one's own people and for everybody in the collective, they're always the ones that succeed, and that's how it works interpersonally too. Sometimes it's hard when you're in a bad mental state, but mental and physical health are a wheel. The worse your mental health is, it's going to make your physical health worse because you won't want to do anything. The worse your physical health is, you get no endorphins from exercise, so the worse your mental health gets. The more you're sedentary, the more you feel like shit, pretty much. And sometimes it can feel impossible to break yourself out of that mental rut and get the motivation. But if you can just do, like, fuck it, like, just go do some push-ups. Like, I know y'all probably, like, you know, in the middle of the night randomly do, like, a bunch of push-ups, shit like that. Like, that's great. Do that. Whenever you get those little urges, always do it. It always feels good. Your body's a lot smarter than you think it is, and it tells you a lot of good stuff to do. It's very nice. But if you can find some kind of exercise that you enjoy, that would be the greatest thing, whether it's just going for a walk, playing basketball, any kind of thing. That will help immediately kickstart your mental health. I mean, that's what happened for me. I started playing basketball in my driveway, and I had probably the happiest month of my life after that. And I really got so obsessed with just being happy and feeling love. That's where I got my artist name from, was I fell in love with looking at the sky, and that's where I got the name Noble from, and who I knew I wanted to be. But I don't want to make this about myself. I just want to let y'all know that you really got this. I'm going to be honest, 13, 14, that's the worst age. Like, that shit is trash. That shit's going to be trash regardless of if you're, like, chronically online or not. That shit's ass. I just want to let y'all know, like, you're never too far gone. You're never lost, no matter how old you are. If you're on Discord 12 hours a day, shooting 8 hours a day. Dick don't damn near work without a goddamn titty on your screen. Don't even talk to your family, got no real friends, probably getting catfished by 3 dudes. It's never too late to turn it around. You always got this, and as long as you just love what you want to be and love yourself now and give yourself some grace, you will make it, and you will 100% got it. That's what I'm saying. Find your Tyrian wall. Find your little area where you can be comfortable. You can use that as your little base, but you can't get too into it. But do some stuff you might not want to do. Do some hard shit. Get a job. Do some stuff like that. I mean, it's never too late. You can always turn stuff around and be the greatest version of yourself that you know you deserve to be. No matter how bad your mental state is, it's always possible to become positive. I just need to talk my shit for a little bit. You know what? TD Foenem out this bitch. Peace. See ya.
Oh, you reach. Yeah.